Sponsored by Kia.
Tonight, two teams begin a new journey, the beginning of the NBA regular season.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, joined by my colleagues and my friends, my buds, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Golden State Warriors at their home, Oracle Arena. And for Golden State, starting the season at home, they're going to be determined to open with a win. And they'll have plenty of help from the hometown fans who have been...
Problems, gotta move carefully, 'cause hate when you get...
We're at the sold out and noisy Oracle Arena. And opening night, Smitty, always a lot of excitement for the fans. As a player, does it feel a little different than any other regular season game?
Yeah, it does. I mean, you're excited. You get a chance to have new teammates, new logos, new branding. And the one thing is all 30 teams feel they can win a championship just on opening night.
It all begins brand new, doesn't it?
Yes.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for San Antonio, the defensive duo of Green and Leonard make up the perimeter. Aldridge out there with Pau Gasol, and it's Parker in at the point guard position. Warriors on D. Here's Green, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Talk about this backcourt of the Splash Brothers. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I mean, they could go down as the greatest shooting backcourt in history.
You talk about the other great backcourts in league history. I think of Clyde Frazier and Earl the Pearl, certainly, Earl Monroe. But they weren't together, Steve, that long.
Those two were fabulous. Some more that come to mind to me is Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas, Gail Goodrich and Jerry West, and obviously the Splash Brothers.
Both free throws good from Green.
Steve Kerr, Coach of the Year. Not a bad way to start off your coaching career. Averaged 70 wins through his first 2 years. That is unreal.
Curry, a screen on Aldridge. Thompson up top, covered by Parker. Just 5 to shoot from 17 feet out. The shot by Thompson, no good. And with Kerr, there were a lot of other coaches that had great seasons, but how can you not, Steve, give the award to someone who won 73 games?
I totally agree. There were some coaches that did a fantastic job, but it came down to either Lou Walton or Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr obviously won it, and I'm happy for him.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
I love to see them push it like that, because the reason why, he's a deadly finisher in the transition game.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. To the paint, it's tipped. Gasol with the steal. That's a 2 from Parker, and the shot no good, a bit short.
How anyone could give him that much room from his spot is crazy, but the defender got away with it.
The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. He dishes it to Leonard. Offline with his 3.
Stumbling out of the gate a little bit, just 1 for 4 so far.
Good on the shot.
And no hesitation attacking the defense. Body to body, Durant with an impressive finish.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Greg Popovich and I did speak a few minutes ago. He knows they have to dig in on defense. They're facing a really talented offense. He said if those guys get going, we're going to be on the wrong end of some long runs. We have to be disciplined, work together, and make those second, third, and fourth efforts on plays, whatever it takes to get a stop. We'll see if they can get a win in this first matchup between the teams this year. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thanks for the great update and coaches playing here tonight. A good one, guys.
And I agree with him. I think he's determined not to let the opposing offense dictate tempo. And I think that is a good game plan.
It has to be his goal every game. Reason why they don't play well when they play fast.
Pulls up, and Pachulia finishes it off. Pachulia's got his first 2 points of the night.
And Green is always looking to swing the ball for the best open shot available.
Parker passes to Green. Here's Gasol. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And one thing Kobe Bryant said during his farewell tour last season, he felt that Pau Gasol was underappreciated by fans. You look at all that Gasol has accomplished, the multiple All-Star appearances and the things he's done as a winner on the floor with the Lakers and 2 championships. Kobe, Steve might be right.
He's totally right. Reason why Pau Gasol has been consistent. No drop-off for him later in his career, and he's an all-star again. That's what I love about Pau Gasol. Wherever he goes, he's been able to do it at a high level.
The Warriors shooting their first foul shots of the night here, and the first one drops.
Kevin Durant, for his career, almost 90% at the free throw line. He'll make you pay.
San Antonio making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in. And the Spurs organization, really the gold standard in the NBA. Greg, they just keep winning.
You have to be impressed with how they've acquired young star talent to kind of carry on that tradition. Usually when teams have their stars retire, they go through that rebuild phase. The Spurs only revamp and reload.
He is definitely a very clever player who keeps the defense on their toes.
Parker outside, kicks it to Gasol. Pass to Ginobili. Outside Leonard, the 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Pachulia's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Durant against Leonard. Outside Durant, back to Pachulia. And he banks in the layup. Pachulia's got his second basket of the night.
A really outstanding job by the offense to get the ball right near the bucket.
Parker, right side. Dishes to Aldridge. Green with the block.
Green really puts forth a ton of effort on the defensive side. Always a shot blocking threat.
It's Curry outside, but they'll get another chance. Aldridge against Green. Here's Curry. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Curry's got 5 now.
That's exactly where they want the ball to go. He did a great job getting the ball into that position.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
When you look at Klay Thompson being drafted back in 2011, compare him what with Stephen Curry, the Warriors essentially have doubled down on three-point shooting. They have 2 guys that are lights out behind the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. West is checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. Clark, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Livingston, that's good.
Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Outside shooting never more important than it is in today's NBA. And Steve, you get the sense that the best shooting backcourt in NBA history was no accident. I mean, this was by design.
Yeah, to go draft 2 guys that can flat out shoot the basketball. People are saying the best 2 shooters in the league, and you know what? They might be right.
Shots good by Dedmon.
That's just perfect execution there to run that inbounds play and get that look off of it.
Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. West outside. Back to Iguodala. Sinks that one from the post. Iguodala's got his first basket of the night.
Just an exceptional job by Iggy, imposing his will down inside with his strong frame.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Anderson dishes to Mills. Back to Anderson. Lee outside. And Mills kicks to Ginobili. 6 to shoot. West with the block. And he goes out of bounds. That one off West. Shot clock at 2. Mills can't hit.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And at the end of one, both teams. And the basketball bloodline.
Dad always watches more film than me, and I watch film.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
Pure hustle and desire for the ball on the glass. As long as they continue to give it their all, they'll be in outstanding shape.
Durant is out there with West. And there's Livingston. Then there's Ian Clark. And it's Iguodala. And at the three, the small forward. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, LaMarcus Aldridge has overcome a lot. As a child, his home life was not easy, and he was born with a heart condition. In fact, shortly after he was born, his heart stopped, and he had to be resuscitated. Kevin, he said, I wouldn't take back any pain that I've endured on or off the court because it's made me who I am. And Kevin, that's a story all of us can be inspired by.
Thank you, D.A. Now here's West. D right on him. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. Some changes for Golden State. Thompson comes in for Ian Clark. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. The Warriors shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. Smitty, you're a proud alum of Michigan State. Great school, great program. You contributed to help build the Clara Bell Smith Student Athletic Academic Center there on campus. One of the great facilities in all of college basketball. When you think back on your college experience, is the NBA's 1 year and out high school requirement enough, or would you like to see a change in that regard?
You know, I think it goes player by player, situation by situation. Kevin, I can speak for me. After 3 years, I was not ready, on the court or off the court.
That surprises me to hear you say that.
After 4 years, I thought I was ready pretty much on the court, but off the court, you're really never ready to have the challenges out of basketball.
So you like the 4 years. You thought that was huge for your playing.
For me personally, I like the 4 years.
Outside for Curry. The rebound by Anderson. San Antonio trailing here. Pass to Mills. Anderson the screen. Anderson a screen on Durant. Mills can't hit, but they get it back. Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Curry kicks to Durant. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Basket by Curry.
And this team is here largely because of his accuracy from the floor tonight.
Leonard on the wing, shoots the three, and it's Klay Thompson with the rebound.
In this first half, he is really falling in love with the three. So far, not paying dividends.
And David West gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Pachulia, he's checked in for Durant. Then for the Spurs, Pau Gasol is checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Anderson. And Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Sinks the three-pointer. And that's now 10 points for Kawhi Leonard.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
You know, that job of getting through screen is not pretty, but somebody has to do it.
The Spurs have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second.
And after battling a hamstring injury a couple seasons ago, Tony Parker is stepping up his physical maintenance and preparation regimen. More stretching and warming up before games, more recovery work afterwards. He's doing what it takes to stay healthy.
And Greg, talking about Tony Parker, the current deal has him signed through 2018. Once one of the fastest players in the league. Do you think he's lost a step?
He may have, but so much experience and veteran savvy, and he knows how to keep defenders off balance, which is key. I think he's taking a page from Jason Kidd as well, working on his three-pointer to try to age more gracefully on the offensive end.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. And San Antonio with the change here too. Ginobili's checked in. And that one's good. Leonard.
Not the best pick I've ever seen, but it was just enough to get the job done.
Warriors have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Now Curry. He's got 10. Takes it out to Iguodala. Fires the 3. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Iguodala's got 5.
Such a sweet stroke from Andre on the 3 ball. Always a danger to light it up from there.
Good looking screen by Gasol. Ginobili with the ball. Now Green defending. Ginobili the pass to Aldridge. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. And here we can check out the breakdown of rebounds tonight between the front court and the back court for the Warriors.
And their bigs are getting the vast majority of those caroms, handling their business on the inside and freeing up the guards to get up the court and look for early offense.
There's 1:38 left in the first half of basketball. Leonard, no luck.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
They double-team Curry. And the wide-open shot from Green. And another 3 for Golden State.
He's pretty good at catch and shoot. You know he's feeling it right now.
And the continuity for the Spurs, really, it's pretty amazing. I mean, that trio of Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan, the most successful trio in the history of the NBA.
Aldridge with a screen on Green. Just 5 on the clock. Fires, high post, and it's Leonard again missing. Warriors leading by 4. The drive by Green. The shot that time not on target. Great D that time from Leonard. And for the Spurs, their star players have all taken less, Greg, in free agency in order to stay in San Antonio.
Yes, burning bigger markets and bigger paychecks. It's a family atmosphere in the Spurs organization. It's rare to see a single player start and finish his career with one team, much less 3 teammates.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one is good.
And Parker just super efficient at shooting from inside the paint with shots like that one.
Outside Curry. On the wing, Thompson. He's covered by Ginobili. Thompson dishes to Curry. Here's Pachulia. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target and up.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Taking a look at the Warriors, and that about wraps.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
Yeah, the change has to be double teaming him. Single coverage will not get it done.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Leonard and Aldridge, the two stars at the 3 and the 4. Parker and Green, the tried and tested backcourt. And it's Gasol at the 5, patrolling the paint. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Greg Popovich has set the standard with more than 1,500 career victories. Last season, he set the record with his 18th 50-win season, passing Pat Riley and Phil Jackson. Pop told us that I've been here a long time and I've had good players. That's the formula. Getting the players is difficult. I'm fortunate to have good ones. Guys, he's no glory hound. He knows what makes success.
No, but he can take a lot of the credit regardless. D.A., thanks. The pass to Green. San Antonio with the rebound.
And this last offseason, Pau Gasol coming over to the Spurs in free agency. It seems to be the exact kind of player that the Spurs would want on their team, especially with his basketball IQ. I like the fit as well, and it didn't take long for him to join San Antonio.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And for Gasol and the Spurs, it was actually another Gasol that was prompting Pau to join the team. His brother Mark told him, go to San Antonio.
And what a strange that Mark is very much on a team that rivals the Spurs. So I don't think Mark was doing it just so he could battle his older brother 4 times a year. I think he meant what he said with the Spurs. They are a great organization and would probably make the best fit for Pau at the end of his career.
Back to Lee. Outside, Green puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Warriors leading by 5. From 7, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. It's time now to look at the NBA's top shooting teams from a season ago. The Warriors, number 1. The Spurs, second.
The percentage each of these teams shot was just outstanding. I mean, that's a result of unselfishness and great offensive rhythm.
And you remember there were questions about KD's athleticism going into the 2007 draft. None now. He can throw it down with the best of them.
And Mills kicks to Lee. And the wide open shot from Green. Nailed from three-point land. Green's got 5 points so far.
Total collapse on defense there. You can't let a good shooter like him get a clear look at the basket from outside.
Over in the corner, Green. West passes to Livingston. Lee with the steal. And there's a whistle. That goes on Ian Clark. That is his first foul of the game. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Mills, up and in on the layup. Now just a 2-point Warrior lead.
Hey guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Pass to Clark. And to survive in the NBA, you need to be tough physically and emotionally. And Steve, just how grueling can a full NBA season be on a player?
It can be very grueling. You start talking about back-to-back 82 games, flying from the West Coast to the East Coast and vice versa. And then you get a chance to go up against some guys that don't let you off the hook. They don't care you play the back-to-back. They're coming at you.
How would you handle it personally in terms of just keeping your body fresh and as ready as possible?
You know, nutrition is huge now. And I think also guys taking care of their bodies and still working out on off days. A lot of times they say get your rest, but it'll be good to get some light workouts and some workouts when you have days off.
Here's Lee. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it.
A solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Durant, good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists now in this one.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And Anderson has it in the corner. He feeds it to Dedmon. Spurs passing it around. Lee sets a screen for Ginobili. It's stolen by Green. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Mills dishes to Ginobili. Here's Lee, and a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Lee's got his first basket.
He is thinking one step ahead there. As soon as the shot goes up, he's getting in position to grab the offensive board.
Timeout called the Warriors. And a season full of records for the Golden State Warriors. 73 wins, a 24-0 start, 34 road wins. Steve, 54 consecutive wins at home. Of all those, which record impresses you the most?
Well, I think 73 wins, because you have to be able to do all that to get to 73. People were calling him lucky. I don't think so. It takes a lot to be able to win 73 wins in this league.
The feed now to Aldridge. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
That's just an impeccable offensive set there to get an easy look inside.
And the Spurs with some changes. Pau Gasol is checked in for Lee. Leonard comes in for Kyle Anderson. And Tony Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Livingston with it. He's against Parker. Durant kicks to Livingston. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Livingston's got the lead up to 8 now for the Warriors. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Aldridge a screen. Parker outside. Ginobili, that's for 2. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Back to Durant. Three seconds left. No good. The points coming in bunches. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just a moment.
Stay aggressive. You need about.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Spurs trail by 8. The incredible shooting pair of Curry and Thompson in the backcourt. Iguodala out there with Durant, and it's Pachulia in at the 5, down low. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. Golden State's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Outside Curry. The screen from Thompson. Feeds it to Pachulia. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The dish to Iguodala. And the rejection by Leonard. Tipped away. Iguodala with the steal. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
Whenever Andre gets loose on the break, you have to reward him. Great job running the floor, one of the best in the business.
Spurs trail by 10. Parker passes to Green. He kicks it to Gasol. Back to Green. There's the triple. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Curry attacking, and Gasol sends it back. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. And that sends Draymond Green to the free throw line. It's on Kawhi Leonard. Well, Draymond Green gained a lot of notoriety last season for some questionable plays in the playoffs. Most notably, Steve, was the kick to Steven Adams. Gained a lot of people cheering against him after that play.
Well, Draymond is one of those guys. He doesn't really care about what other teams' fans like him or not. He's all about the Warriors. And he's acknowledged it was wrong. He hurt his team. But now he has to come back after suspension and play well.
Well, going into the 2011 draft, the Spurs said it was a tough decision to trade away George Hill in exchange for the pick that became Kawhi Leonard. No remorse on that one now, though. Once again, the Spurs struck gold as Kawhi has developed into a true superstar.
Curry is inside, covered by Parker. Nice shot by Thompson.
Incredible effort from Thompson over some pretty good defense. Sometimes one man is not enough to throw his game off.
San Antonio calls timeout. And with Kawhi Leonard, who is high school Mr. California basketball, interesting to look, Greg, at all the things he's done. Looking back and realize he was only lightly recruited coming out of high school.
Yeah, and he committed early to San Diego State and stuck with them once the bigger schools came calling. But the ankles were an issue. I think that might have caused his draft stock to fall a bit in 2011. Only ended up going 15th in that draft, but in hindsight, probably the best player from that class.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin?
Now the Warriors moving it up. Curry's got the ball. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two.
Stephen Curry driving the basketball has a nice knack to be able to, once he's inside the paint, to draw the fouls.
And the first one at the line is good. Although it isn't clear cut that Curry is the best player in the game right now, he certainly has the best case. Back-to-back MVPs. And Steve, the impact he has on the court is just peerless.
You can throw other names in as well, but Curry and his back-to-back MVPs puts him in elite company. He is quickly rising on the all-time greatest players list. He's earned it, and he has transformed the art of shooting.
Leonard dishes to Aldridge. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight.
The defense was not even close on that assignment. That was too easy.
Here's Curry. And that one comes up a bit short. Spurs trail by 13. Parker outside. He dishes it to Aldridge. It's stolen by Green. Now the Warriors moving it up. Curry kicks to Pachulia. Parker against Curry. It's stolen by Curry. In for his 7th make in 13 tries.
When the basketball's in his hand and he rises up to take a jump shot, you always think it's going to get in. He is starting to catch fire, Stephen Curry.
Parker kicks to Gasol. And there's the call on Pachulia. That's his 4th foul of the contest. The Warriors making a switch here. Durant's checked in. And San Antonio with the change here too. Ginobili's checked in. Aldridge a screen. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Steve, you won a sportsmanship award that is revered by so many in the NBA and always a pretty significantly even-keeled disposition. Always first class with the media. One of the best guys always in the league to talk to. We see other players like Kevin Garnett, Russell Westbrook, a little bit more fiery. What are the advantages to either approach?
It is. I mean, it's just preference. I was a guy who was kind of fiery, like a lot of talkative, but I think also just like those guys, you get a chance to know more about them off the court. They are good guys. You have different depositions on the floor than off. And I like Kevin Garnett and Russell Westbrook, totally different off the court.
I know Garnett. He is as good a guy as there is.
He is. He's first class. Now, on the court,
tough competitor.
He'll go at you.
He will.
Just like Russell.
Yes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pachulia the pass to Curry. Goes up to the stripe. And it comes off the front of the rim. Spurs trail by 12. Leonard kicks to Gasol. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
He's got the height advantage in that matchup, and he's going to look to exploit it.
Golden State's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Durant dishes to Thompson. And it's good. Out through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Warriors.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight. I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Stephen Curry.
Well, they called on him to handle the bulk of the scoring, and he was more than up for it. There were some incredible spurts that he went through when there was nothing they could do to slow him down. That's just an awesome assist. Really paced the ball in their ideal spot.
.24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Leonard with the steal, and a fast break now for the Spurs. And Durant sends it back.
The standing reach of a center, the mobility of a guard. No wonder Durant sent that one back.
Down low. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Ginobili.
The way he threw that pass with such ease on the run, that was a thing of beauty.
Thompson for the triple. Offline. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Some good moments throughout the...
Thanks very much, Andre. I know if you could bottle...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we have Stephen Curry.
I've never, ever seen a small guard dominate a game like Steph Curry is able to do. Not his father, not his grandfather, not anybody. This kid right here brings a special excitement to every game he plays. This kid right here is the game right now. If you want to watch basketball, you better watch this guy. He's that type of player I've never seen.
And that's it for tonight.